by Lawyer.
Knocked away by Cougars number 2.
That was a really nice play by Lawyer. That's twice
Brent
now.
Lawyer.
He's been able to kind of fade back and go over with that left hand and make a nice punch of it out of the air.
Yeah, he's a nice defensive back.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line of North Daviess for Linton, moving from right to left. Rupska's in the backfield now with Carazia. Austin swings it out to the near side. It's caught by Thomas, and he gets down to the 25-yard line.
Harkness on the tackle.
So a gain of 4. It's going to be 3rd and 6 coming up.
The 5-yard line, 4-yard gain on the play.
Well, that's good. Brad gets his name in the books, and that's another receiver. Although that was close to being a...
That's Thomas's 34th reception. He came into this football game tonight as the second leading receiver for the Miners.
Guys with over 30 catches.
Three receivers split wide to the far side. We've got a flag already.
I don't know if it's a legal substitution or...
Penalty flag on the far side of the field. Ruled against the Miners.
I'm not sure what that indication was.
I think it's a sideline violation.
Yeah, the official was pointing over to the Linton sideline.
Yeah, sideline violation. I don't see anybody moving for Linton. I'm not really sure what was going on there, Keith. The ball it's a warning, sideline warning.
Okay.
Sideline warning. The ball was not moved. It's still 3rd down.
3rd down for the Miners. And 8. Carazia swings it over to the far side. Caught by Thomas again. He darts his way down across the 20-yard line. Tackled at the 18.
Well, he has some afterburners as well.
I think he's got a 1st down.
Harkness again on the tackle.
It is.
Miners advance the ball to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, they've actually got a good spot out of that. They'll mark it down to the 17.
Back-to-back catches by Thomas now for 13 yards. Miners with the ball at the 16.
9-yard gain on the play.
Rupska to the left of Carazia in the backfield. 4 receiver set. Carazia pump fakes and throws it down to the goal line. Is it caught for a touchdown? It is. And that's Abram Neff. Nice little pump fake there by Carazia to get Neff open in the end zone.
And he almost waited too long. He almost didn't put enough fire on it because it was so open. 16 yards.
Carazia with his 3rd touchdown pass of the football game. This one to Abram Neff.
Pass was completed to number 32, Abram Neff.
And that is another touchdown for Neff. And that makes the score 47-0 in favor of the Miners. Their 3rd touchdown of the second half. And it comes, is that the last play? That's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter, I believe. The extra point try by Deischer is on the way. And it is good. And I think our 3rd quarter has come to an end. And on the Graber Post Building scoreboard, after 3, it's Linton 48, North Daviess nothing. Back in 60 seconds. This is a Media 5 sports production.
The end of the 3rd quarter.
$48-0 in favor of the Linton Miners. We are headed to the 4th quarter, so that touchdown catch by Abram Neff from Austin Carazia that covered 17
To
yards.
promote the game of
Was the
football,
last
the
play of the
Indianapolis
third
Colts
quarter.
have developed
Incredible numbers, Keith. The Miners with
MyIndianaFootball.com,
374 total
the official
yards.
Indiana high school
North
football
Daviess
and
at this point,
cheerleading website of the
74
Indianapolis
total
Colts.
yards of offense.
Each
So the
team in
defense,
state
once
has
again,
their own page
has stepped
on
up, pitched a shutout,
MyIndianaFootball.com.
not even allowed
And the
100
Colts
yards
want you
of
to join and help
offense.
promote your
I'll tell you, the
school
way
by
that North
adding
Daviess
photos,
started this
videos,
football
and
game
images.
running the ball against the Miners, I would have.
MyIndianaFootball.com
I'm surprised
today.
that it's turned out to be a shutout so far.
News, photos,
I really
and
thought that
more
they had
from
found some way to
39th
move the
annual
ball,
IHSAA
but like the
football
first week
state
game,
tournament.
Did they really give him 70 points?
the Miners found a way to answer it.
Loneker and Harkness again back deep to receive. Butler's been kicking them on the ground. This one's squibbed down to the 28-yard line where they pick it up on their back. That was Turpin, one of the up guys, that was able to corral it, but he was down on his back at the time.
That's not, you don't mind that at all. Turpin,
Cougars
one of the
down
guys
ball
that
at the
next year will be probably asked to step up and
They're
be
going to put
more
the ball
involved.
30-yard line.
right at the 30-yard line.
where it'll be 1st and 10 North Daviess.
First down for the Cougars. They'll move from right to left.
Taylor Kanan, Jeremy Hunt, Scarborough, the three front guys in the game. Lannon, the other one, forward. Flath had a great game so far with Rupska.
Lawyer out of the shotgun. On the option play.
nice
Pitches,
hit.
oh, it's a fumble. Pitched it back to
there
Loneker.
it
It's
is.
still loose, and it's going to be picked up by the Miners, and they're going to get a touchdown.
And that's Flath.
Flath again. Hayden Flath picks up the botched pitch back and takes it into the end zone for another Linton Miner touchdown.
From bad to worse for the Cougars. Just should have fell out. I thought Loneker fell on it, but the ball squirts loose. It all started with a big hit by Lannon, 54 on Lawyer. Calls that ball to fly out, and then Flath picks up the fumble and goes the distance for a touchdown.
He's scoring a bunch of points
Yeah,
tonight.
he's on fire
he
now.
Scored he's got 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion
Yeah.
tonight. And he's run an interception
Yeah.
back for a touchdown, and he's run a fumble recovery
For a
for a
touchdown.
touchdown. 54-0 in favor of the Miners
Boy.
here in the fourth quarter. Dylan Deisher for the extra point. It's on the way, and it hits the left upright, and no good. 11:47 left in the game on the Graber Post Building scoreboard. Linton 54, North Daviess nothing. Back in 30 seconds. This is a Media 5 sports production.
Farmers Insurance is a proud sponsor of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. See how your knowledgeable local
Keeping their
farmers
season
agent
alive.
can save you money. Call
They'll go to
800
12-0 on the
or
season.
visit farmers.com.
And they
We are
will host a
insurance.
regional
We
football
are
game
farmers.
next weekend. We want to remind the people who are watching on the live video stream at lintonminers.com that they're picking up our audio, obviously, so they're listening to us, but we're doing a radio play-by-play. So if it seems a little bit odd that we may be trying to talk all the time, that's just because we're catering to our radio listeners. But we're glad to have the video folks along here for the ride as well.
For people who are out of town or live far away, this is really a nice thing to have happen.
Nice high short kick fielded at the 15-yard line by North Daviess. I think that's Loneker up to the 30, 35, breaks the tackle. He's to the 40, and he's really, you could tell he was really fired up from fumbling that football, and he really was running with a lot of passion. He gets out to the 41-yard line.
Ran the ball hard and let you know a little bit of what we got to see down the road. Hayden makes the tackle, number 26.
1st and 10 for North Daviess.
41-yard line, their own territory for North Daviess as Brant Lawyer, the senior quarterback, runs out onto the field. 11:39 left in this football game, which Linton leads 54-0.
Loneker's kickoff return is good for
45-yard
26
kick,
yards.
26-yard return.
Lawyer's over center from the 41. Moving from right to left to give us to the second man, Harkness. Nice block. He gets across the line. Nice hard running by Harkness out to the 50-yard line. Picks up 9.
Scarborough
Advances
and
the ball to the 50-yard line.
looks like Kite, oh, might be Stom.
9 yards on the play.
Made the tackle. Harkness going
Second
hard.
down.
Harkness and Lonaker are a little upset right now. The way that Lonaker ran that kickoff return, and Harkness on that first play from scrimmage.
Well, they're a proud bunch, you know, that they really, especially Harkness, he's been involved with this team when they were really, he started as a freshman, I can remember, as a defensive back, and then as a sophomore been a regular player.
Backs in the eye, 2nd and short for North Daviess. In motion is Turpin. Give us to the second man through Lonaker. Big hole. He's got a first down. He breaks a tackle. He's into the secondary. He's at the 30. He might score. He gets down to the 25, down to the 20, and down at the 15-yard line before he's finally brought down.
Hayden and Flath both on the tackle. And boy, he all of a sudden turning on the intensity. Minor defense kind of slacking a little bit, and he just got all the way down to the 15-yard line. 15-yard line. That's by far the biggest gain of the contest. 35-yard run.
First down.
You know, the Minor defense would have loved to have kept that goose egg up there, but
football resting at the 15-yard line. North Daviess trying to get on the scoreboard, trailing 54-0. Backs in the eye, man in motion, Turpin to the near side. The give is to Lonaker. Second man through. He gets across the 15 and down at the 14. Short gain.
And off to Lonaker.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Ripska was there to make that tackle. Harkness was the ball carrier.
Ball was carried by Harkness.
Well, they would love to get points on the board.
2nd and 8.
44 yards now on 11 carries for Harkness, 45 yards on 12 carries for Lonaker.
Jeremy Sears, a senior, checks in. He splits wide to the near side. Backs are split. Lonaker and Harkness. Over center is Lawyer, senior quarterback. Gives the football to Harkness. He runs toward the near side. He cuts it back across the 10 and down to the 5. Tackled at the 4-yard line.
Off the left end.
It was a nice cut back inside. Hayden and Butler going to be the two to get him.
I think he's going to get a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal.
3-yard line.
1st and goal from the 4.
From the 3. Another North Daviess Cougars. First down.
About 9.5 minutes left to play in this football game.
Butler comes out a little bit slower than usual.
North Daviess has had some very hard running on this possession.
Yeah.
Lawyer over center, 1st and goal from the 4. Give to Harkness, and he's
nice
hit at the point of impact there at the line of scrimmage. He may have fallen forward for a line.
And that looks like number
2nd down from the
21, Hayden Flath.
Down to the 3, 2nd and goal from the 3. That clock is moving. It's down to 9 minutes. And you're listening to WQTY Linton. I'm Keith Doades along with Dan Phillips. We're about straight up 9 o'clock. We're usually just about middle of the third quarter by now. 2nd and goal from the 3. Cougars over center. There's the give to Harkness right up the middle. Takes it down to the goal line. Did he get in? Touchdown.
And off to Harkness. Drew Harkness.
So Drew Harkness, the North Daviess senior,
from the 3-yard line,
gets his team on the scoreboard.
I think it's his 23rd rushing touchdown. By far the leading scorer for the Cougars.
And it's 54-6. See if the Cougars go for 2. With 8:31 left to play in the ball game.
That they are.
So they'll go for the 2-point conversion here. Lawyer over center, backs are split. And he's going to roll to the near side and try to throw it into the end zone. Is it caught? I believe it is. 2-point conversion is good.
2-point conversion gives the Cougars 8.
I think, is that Harkness? It is. Harkness with the catch. He gets all 8 points. And on the Graber Post Building scoreboard, 8:31 left in the football game. It's Linton 54, North Daviess 8. Back in 30 seconds. This is a Media 5 sports production. 8:31 left to play. And the Miners with a very comfortable 54-8 lead.
Cougars kicking off for the first time since early or in this early evening.
You're getting that radio figured out.
Well, I'm getting it on my hand. It looks like I'm doing some sort of exercise thing.
You can put that thing on your wrist. I'd have to put it on my thigh. We're going to have Big D down on the field for post-game interviews afterwards, as the Miners will celebrate a sectional championship here.
Yeah, he's got that ball teed up on. It's not teed up at all. Just kind of sits flat.
See if it's an onside kick here. Short kick, and it's going to be caught by Thomas at the 38-yard line. He's up to midfield before he's brought down. Across midfield out to the 49 of North Daviess.
Now, he would have loved to have brought that one all the way to the house.
Brad Thomas.
Now they're actually going to put the football back right on the midfield stripe.
Returns it to the 50-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Miners.
First down, Linton, moving from left to right. Got Jacob Thompson out there now, number 3, split wide to the near side, along with Bradbury and Thomas. Fugers split wide to the far side. Another big night for Des Fugers as a receiver.
Boy, there's been a number of them tonight.
Rupska in the backfield with Karazia. The give is to Dane Rupska, running to the near side, looking for the corner. He gets to the 40, looking for some room to run. He's hit, fights his way forward. Oh, nice job, second effort by Rupska to get to the 45-yard line. Going to get 5 yards, 2nd and 5 coming up.
Well, you remember last week he did that, kept going forward. Next thing you know, he was 40 yards down the field.
Have to wonder if Rupska's not going to be the guy that's going to replace Kent Helton, senior, next year.
He won't have the speed that he has, but you'll have Neff coming back as well, and Kaiser, and Stom, and Bradbury.
3 receivers to the far side, Fugers, Thompson, and Thomas. Bradbury split wide to the near side. Karazia gives to Rupska again. Hit at the 45, breaks free, he's got a first down, stays moving to the 35, the 30, and all the way down to the 28-yard line. Gain of 17 by Rupska, and looked like he might just get 4 or 5.
44, Dane Rupska.
He definitely fits the mold of the old school Miner fullback. We've had guys like that quite a bit. The big run to the 29-yard line.
Well, not only can he run the football, he's one of the big poppers on defense.
Yeah, it's been great to keep him on that side of the ball.
At the 29-yard line of North Daviess. Miners looking for more, leading 54-8. Rupska in the backfield, takes the handoff from Karazia, tries the near side, cuts it up and slips at the 30 and gets down to the 29.
It'd be an easy tackle for Dakota Adams there, but really Rupska.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Tackle by Dakota Adams.
Well, what happens here, Keith, is you look at the defense, they're just all up there. 8 or 9 of them are up there. So I know in coaches past, he's always said if they're going to crowd the line like that, I'm going to pass the ball. So it won't surprise me to see that happen.
Coach Weber wants to keep that clock moving here if possible. We're to inside of 6:50 left in the football game. Fake the give to Rupska, and they throw to Fugers over on the far side. He makes the catch and goes down to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, a couple of blocks, and he might have been going down the sideline to a touchdown, but a nice effort out there was made by, I believe, Turpin.
Miners advance
spot the football to 26, gain of 3, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 7.
3rd and 7.
And the clock getting closer to that 6-minute mark. Again, Rupska stays in the backfield. Somebody else is out there also with Karazia. It's Thompson. The give is to Rupska. He goes right up the middle. He gets across the 25 and down to the 22-yard line. He's going to pick up 4, but it's going to be short of a first down. Going to be 4th and 3.
Miners advance the ball to the 21. Gain of 5 on the play.
Just a little too
4th
far.
and short here.
A little too far to try to trot Dillon out there. We haven't seen that full house backfield tonight, Keith.
Rupska and Thompson back there with Karazia. Miners go for it on 4th down. Back to pass, Austin. Plenty of protection. Throws it across the middle of Fugers. Caught for a first down at the 15.
Tackle by number 42 for the Cougars, Dakota Adams.
This will keep this drive alive, and once the first down markers move,
Miners advance the ball to
it'll keep
the
that clock rolling.
14-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
7 more catches for Fudress tonight. 66 yards. A whole bunch of guys have a lot of catches tonight.
Down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Miners. Empty backfield. Now for Carazia. Austin, low snap, gets it, throws it for the end zone. It is caught. Brad Thomas. Nice catch by Thomas. He gets the touchdown.
I think he really wanted that. He's been quiet all game long and made 3 catches now in the final.
60-8. 5:07 left in the football game. The Miners on the board again. Austin's 4th touchdown pass. This one to Thomas. 60-8 in favor of the Miners. Deisher's 4 out of 6 kicking extra points tonight. Out of the hold from Hayden Flath, who has 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, he's had a heck of a night.
He gets the hold down. Deisher's kick on the way. It looks good, and it is. 5:07 left in the game on the Graber Post Building scoreboard. It's Linton 61, North Daviess 8. Back in 30 seconds. This is a Media 5 sports production.
2 halftime scores. Lincoln 21, Evansville Memorial 20.
Tire Family by Wilkins Overhead Doors, sales, installation, repair, and broken spring specialist in Linton. Wilkins Overhead Doors in Linton. The Linton Miners get yet another touchdown here and lead at 61-8. Of course, the Miners won the regular season matchup between these two teams 81-20. That was a little bit of an enigma, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't give us the turnovers on. A couple of them have resulted in touchdowns, and really early on, just like in the first match, there was a little bit of a fight early on. I thought, like you did, North Daviess' first couple of possessions, it just seemed like, hey, they were getting 4 and 5 yards on the ground, and
this Linton offense, though, is just so efficient.
You really have to keep them off the field, and it's just they did a lot of 3rd down and 4th down conversions again.
Makes me think if Milan winds up beating North Decatur, and they've given up that many points to North Decatur, has to make me think, how many points are they going to give up to Linton?
I looked a little bit up, and I noticed that that Lutheran had thrown for 300 some odd yards against Milan. So we're kicking off at the 25. We must have got a penalty.
Kick high end over end, fielded at the 30-yard line by Harkness. He's to the 40 and works his way to the 43.
Must have missed a 15-yard penalty.
So with 5 minutes left to play
Linton
before the Miners regain the sectional championship. They gave it up last year to Perry Central, losing at home in the sectional final, but they won the 3 prior to that.
It'll be 1st and 10 for North Daviess.
And Coach Weber will pick up another one here tonight, leading 61-8 with 5 minutes left to play.
Well, this is the first sectional that we've won on the road in my duration. The others were all won at home at Roy Williams. This one's close enough that we're close enough to home.
From their own 43-yard line, Brant Lawyer over center, backs in the eye. Man in motion, Turpin to the near side. Give us to the second man through, Lonecker. Hit at the line of scrimmage. And he fumbles the football, but he was down. It was picked up by Stom, and he was smelling the end zone.
That would have been 6. Lonecker took a big hit with no gain.
Actually, no gain on the play. Jansen
2nd and 10.
The ball to the 44-yard line, gain of 1.
A lot of Miners on the inside of.
So it'll be 2nd and 9.
Inside of that play, just for a yard gain. Rupska was one of them there, but Scarborough another, and Canaan, number 50, another one.
Linton has turned 2 of those 3 turnovers
directly in the touchdown
into points.
Yeah, they
actually 4 turnovers, 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions.
Hayden Flass definitely had himself a blast this evening.
Backs are split. Give across the middle. They get across the 45-yard line out to the 49. And that ball carrier was Harkness, the senior.
Harkness on the carry.
Gets 6 on the
ball
play.
to the 49-yard line.
3rd and 4 coming up.
Harkness has definitely given the Cougars some great performances, as has Anthony Steffi.
It'll be 3rd down and 4.
And several of these seniors graduating. Nathan Cox, Marcus Slavin, Josh Milligan, Jeremiah Darlington, Seth Hammer, Alan Hanna, Jacob Cahill, Jeremy Sears as well.
3:30 left in the ball game. There's the give to Lonecker, looking for some running room. Hit at the line and dropped for a loss. That'll be 4th down coming up for North Daviess.
Right out there on him. Several of them out there, but I'm going to give the credit. Looks like to 23, probably Kaiser.
The ball to the 47. A loss of 2.
So it's going to be 4th and 6.
They'll certainly go for it here. I would suspect we'll see the young Miners get back out there if they happen to get the ball. Taylor Kanan has seen quite a bit of action down in the trenches on the defensive side of things. Coach Weber's got to like that. A lot of depth this year, Keith, that the Miners really haven't had, and I think that really gives Coach a lot of flexibility.
Oh, absolutely.
That sounds like that movie theater.
Somebody's cell phone's going off. And we've got a timeout taken by North Daviess. 2:22 left in the football game on the Graber Post Building scoreboard. Linton 61 and North Daviess 8 back in 60 seconds. This is a Media 5 sports production. Want to remind everyone our first basketball broadcast of the season is Tuesday night from North Central. It'll be White River Valley girls at North Central. Jonathan Graber and Darren Clayton with that action. We've got Bloomfield girls at Shoals on Thursday. There's a pass over the middle by Lawyer, and it's incomplete. They faked the pitch, threw it over the middle. Had that pass been caught by Turpin, it still would not have been enough for a first down.
Vane Rupska was out there, and the Miners will get the ball.
So on downs, Linton takes over at the North Daviess 47-yard line.
He looked like he had Jeremy Sears open down the middle of the field.
With 2:16 on the clock, the Miners should be able to just run the clock out here
on downs from the
or come pretty close to it.
1st and 10.
And it's the JV Miners, and you know they hate coming out and doing nothing but taking a knee.
So Bo Eaton is the quarterback. He's got Caleb Burns to his right. Goodman is in the slot. Give is to Burns, looks for some running room, and the senior is hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss.
Number 68 right there on the tackle. That's
Tackle by number 68, Jeremiah Darlington.
Going to lose a yard back to the 48.
Loss of 1 yard on the play. Tackle for a loss. So it'll be 2nd down and 11.
Clock is moving inside of 2 minutes. Down to 1:50 left. Miners have Bo Eaton in at quarterback. Burns back there with him. And they're letting the play clock run down as much as they can.
Bo's
inside of 10.
Bo's an expert at that. He's had to do that quite a bit this year.
Dylan Hancock, a junior, is also out there for the Miners. And they fake the give to Burns, and Eaton keeps it himself. He tries the left side, tries for the corner, and gets maybe a yard on the play. Stays inbound, more importantly, keeps that clock moving. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. And we're down to 1:10 left to play.
There should be some nice applause as Harkness,
2-yard gain on the play.
Harkness and Hannah come off the field for probably the last time.
With a minute left to go.
And you can hear some of the cowbells over on the other side of the field from the Linton Miners here under a minute to play in this sectional championship game. The Miner fans start to make a little noise over there.
See the frustration on the Harkness kid as he comes off the field.
Now the Miners are going to take a knee.
Victory formation.
This will be the last play of the sectional championship game, and they're trying to get Coach Weber dumped with the Gatorade, and they missed him with the biggest part of it. Oh, Webb let the clock
he won't care about that.
kick down. And now Eaton takes the knee, and the Miners will not have to run another play. And the sectional championship is back in Linton. The Miners are celebrating a sectional football championship here at North Daviess. Our final score on the Graver Post Building scoreboard, Linton 61, North Daviess 8. We'll be back with interviews down on the field after we take this 60-second timeout. This is a Media 5 sports production. Again, for the 4th time in the last 5 years, Linton will advance to the football regional. They will play at home. And we've got Big D with the wireless microphone, and he's working his way down to field level. As the Miners win this one, they led it 7-0 at the end of one. 27-0 at halftime. 48-0 after 3, and they win the game 61-8. I'm going to have you put the headset on, Darren.
Of the Section 40 champion trophy
and the championship trophy going to be presented now to the Linton Miners as Darren Clayton has come up to give us a look at the stats. So, Darren, take it away.
Yeah, the Miners just dominant, right from the get-go tonight. Offensively, starting there, Austin, just what a great performance. 28 for 33, 352 yards through the air, hit 6 different receivers. Cole Bradbury, 7 catches for 125. Throw in Coy Kaiser, 5 catches for 59. Des Fuger, 7 catches for 64. 352 through the air for the Miners. Another 72 on the ground. Not a huge night on the ground tonight, but really didn't need to. 424 total for the Miners on offense.
North Daviess started out running the football really well tonight, but their offense kind of cooled.
Yeah, they were able to finally march it down the field and get the touchdown. But overall, 106 yards of offense on the ground, 19 through the air. So 125 total. I'm sure Coach Hayden would have liked to have pitched the shutout and kept them under 100, but another great performance by the Miner defense.
Darren, thanks a bunch. As the Miners hoist the sectional championship trophy, we've got Dan Phillips down on the field. And Dan, I can't spot you down there, but if you're ready, I'll just let you take it away.
Hey, Keith, this is an awesome experience, number one. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm here with Coach Weber. Coach, tell me what it feels like right now to see your Miners get back that trophy.
It's awesome. I'm happy for me. Look at that. That's what the hard work's about, and every Miner coming up, This is something that they need to strive for every game, every year, the weight room, off season. This is what it's about, and they're having a ball.
And you remember, Coach, last year at this time we looked out this other end zone. You had the boys take a knee, had the boys take the helmet off, and watch as the Miners had took that big defeat. What a year a difference makes. How proud are you of these guys?
I couldn't be any more proud. I mean, the way that they've turned the defense around from last year, the offense clicking. This is a great team to coach. They're good guys. They don't fight. They don't argue.
We're going to get overrun.
I think so.
Coach, I'll let you enjoy this. I'll try to find some players real quick. Holding it up in the air. Going right in the thick of this.
Outstanding, guys. Outstanding.
Keith, let me turn it back to you, and I'll grab a couple of guys over here.
I think Dan Phillips is in his element, Darren.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's great down there. The kids are enjoying it, and I'm sure Dan's enjoying it as well.
Linton with the win tonight, 61-8 at Cougar Valley, as the players are kind of taking a knee and going to settle themselves down here for just a little bit. But Dan Phillips is down on the field. We'll have plenty of interviews and invite you to stick around as we get into the post-game celebration here at Cougar Valley. Scott Helms gathering his team down to our right at the one end of the field, but it is all Linton Miners out on the field right now here at North Daviess celebrating a football sectional championship. They're fourth in the last 5 years. As Dan is milling around, I can pick him up now. He's a big guy. He's kind of hard to miss down there, but they're with all the commotion that was going on for just a little while. I think Coach Weber is talking to his troops right now. I'm sure telling them just how proud he is of this football sectional championship. And want to remind people or tell people, let folks know that Linton Sporting Goods has sectional championship T-shirts on sale. You'll be able to get those tomorrow. And Big D's got Austin Carazil with him.
Hey, yeah, I got AK sitting here with me. I pulled him away, so we'll make it quick. AK, what a difference your years make. Express to me what you feel like right now.
This is awesome. Ever since they put 73 up on us on this field, we just wanted to get them back. We got them twice in the same season. It's just phenomenal what we can do. We have no limits to our team.
Your offensive line tonight, AK, another excellent job. Perhaps maybe, the jersey's mighty clean. Maybe no reason to go, but again, you make some wise choices. You had 30 for 37 last week. The number's quite the same this week. What do you got to say about your offensive line?
It's just, they're phenomenal. They come out there every day and practice hard, and the receivers catching the ball. It's just, everything's coming together, and it's awesome. Great
to have the sectional back. AK, go back in there and enjoy it with your teammates. I'm going to grab some other guys and talk to them, by the way. Send it back up to you, Keith.
All right, that's Dan Phillips down on the field with Austin Carazia. He had a big night. How many yards was that, Darren?
Yeah, 352 yards. Yeah, it's a really good night. Accuracy was really on tonight, 28 of 33. And then, a lot of credit to the receivers, too. I mean, they make some nice catches on some balls that are in small windows at times, and they're able to come up with them, and they do a great job receiving as well. Brad Thomas, I know when his touchdown catch, that ball was right there, and a nice catch, and just right on down the line. I mean, the offense and the defense both.
That's one of the things that Dan and I touched upon during the broadcast was there have been a lot of maybe passes where most football teams, they might catch them, they might not, but these minor receivers are hauling those passes in.
Yeah, they got good set of hands down there between Cole Bradbury. Grant Stom, boy, what a job he's done the last couple of weeks coming in and picking up his game. And
we got Dan Phillips down on the field. I think he's got Charlie Carazia with him.
It's an odd thing. I got Coach, I call him Coach, but the athletic director, Charlie Carazia. Charlie, of course, it always feels great as an ex-coach that you are. Football sectionals, how proud are you of this young man next to you?
You can't say enough. The thing about Austin is that he's got character. And it's like when you talk to him, and I tell people this all the time, that whenever you first meet him, it's like, is this kid really is this really him? Is this the way he always is? And he really is, So, I mean, he gives credit to everybody. He gives credit to his offensive line, his receivers, takes no credit for himself at all, So, but as a father, and of course, I knew your dad very well, and I know how proud he was of you, and I'm equally proud of this.
I never threw for 300 and some odd yards, nor really had much of a catching career, but Coach, on the further thing, we are at home this coming week. We know this no matter what. What are the possibilities of a game on a Saturday?
It looks like Milan's about 3 hours away, if Milan wins. So probably Saturday night, 7 o'clock start. If North Decatur wins, it's only, see, my brother lives in Greensburg. And so you can get up there in 2 hours, 15 minutes. They're right off of 74. So we can have the Friday night game, maybe a 7:30 start, 8 o'clock start on that one. So it depends on who wins. You know, it depends on when we play. But we do know that we're playing. That's
true.
thing.
November football, Coach. I'll let you go back and walk around. I'm going to try to grab some of these kids and get a word to them. Congratulations once again.
And thank you for all you do, too.
Oh,
And Jared,
no
you too. Thank you.
Let's find some folks that aren't already getting talked to, Keith. Let's see. Who can I get? Everybody's getting talked to down here. Kent. Let me get Ken Helton over here, WQ2I Radio. How's it feel, Kent? Last year at this very time.
Oh, feels amazing, especially that's North Daviess. They beat us last year, and we whooped them this year. That's the best feeling you can have.
Your performance against Perry Central very key. We don't run the ball like we have in other years, Kenton, and that as you were the running back, but you feel good about the offense just can't be stopped. How does it feel to, in your mind, to take the field? You have so much confidence.
Well, when Coach tells me it's my game to run, I'm going to make sure it's my game to run because I know this team is a passing team, but I know it's a running team as well, and I showed that. So Coy Kaiser's right there with me. We'll show you we can run the ball. We're not just passing team. A lot of teams think we're just a passing team. They're wrong.
Multi-dimensional weaponry. And every time you touch the ball, you give it 100%. And congratulations, man. I know you were one of the kids last year on this very field that took it hard. So we look forward to next week and going down the road for the minors. Let's get Brad over here as well.
Be Brad.
Brad Thomas. Hey, I had you down for no catches about 3/4 through this game, and I thought to myself, I'm sure Brad's not very pleased about this. Then you made 2 catches. Then you get the touchdown at the end. How does it feel, number one, coming back and playing football your senior year and being such a vital member of this team?
It feels great. Like, even though I didn't get the ball like more than I wanted to, but it's a team sport, so we all got the ball. We all did good. Drove down the field, got touchdowns, got more than most people expected. So I mean, I was pretty happy.
We ain't done yet.
Yeah, we ain't done yet.
Well, that's the thing about this team. One guy doesn't get a lot of catches one night. Somebody gets 10. Somebody gets 8. Somebody gets 6. You can't guard against one team. Feeling of winning a sectional in your senior year?
Oh, it feels amazing, especially undefeated sectional win. I love it.
Well, you guys have a good one tonight. Have a good week of practice. We still don't know who we're playing because North Decatur was actually ahead of that contest. Kind of a shock or something. But we don't care who we're playing, though, do we?
Yeah, we don't care. We got weapons all over the field.
That's right. We'll send it back up to you, Keith. I'll start searching for more.
He's absolutely right. Talk about weapons all over the field. They couldn't have said it any better, more succinctly than that. This Darren has just been a phenomenal season from the standpoint of depth for this minor offense.
Yeah, I think these guys really, the thing I notice most about them, everybody talks about the quickness and the speed and the weapons, but I think the biggest thing I see that's huge this year is they're a team. They really don't seem to care who gets the accolades, who's scoring the touchdowns, who's doing what. They're a team. And one other thing I want to say, Dan was interviewing Charlie down there about Austin, and Charlie's not just saying that as a parent, as a teacher who's up at the school and someone who's also coached Austin. He is a great kid, and there are a lot of great kids on his team. So that's something that it's also nice to see. Good kids having good things happen for them.
But the Miners are sectional champions. They beat North Daviess 61-8, and we're in the post-game celebration here with Dan Phillips down on the field. I'm Keith Doades, and up in the press box is Darren Clayton, and we'll just wait to see Big D if you're ready to take it back down.
I am. It's all scratchy down here. What I've got right now is the offensive firepower of Hayden Flath. Hayden didn't have any points the whole year. As a JV player, you're used to scoring some touchdowns. Tonight, first of all, you get the 2-point conversion, and you've been holding the ball all year. That's a unique adventure. Now you get an interception that you return, you're huffing and puffing down the sideline for a touchdown. Then you get a fumble recovery. What kind of a night is this for you?
It was a pretty good night. I had some good blocks on those returns. 2-point conversion, turned on the wheels, got it going, and played a good game.
Your job in the inside linebacker, you don't get called a whole lot because you get down and get dirty. You're on the inside. Rupska, your partner there at inside linebacker, is so much taller, so much easier to pick out in the crowd, but great job by the minor defense tonight. Tell me how good that it feels to shut down a team that has so many yards rushing as Harkness does.
Oh, it feels great. We shut down a lot of running backs during the year. Him in like week 6 or whatever, we shut him down again. Do it on a weekly basis. We'll do it next week.
Now, how glad are you that J.K. Tucker stepped in and is doing a pretty good job of center?
I'm really glad. I'm really glad I get to wear my 2-1 instead of 65. I'm a lot happy about that.
That makes you look a little more lighter speed there. But on the interception, tell me what that was. It looked like they were going to try to hit number 9 coming out of the backfield there. At the last minute, you went back. Is it something you read or just?
Yeah, I had a called blitz, and I saw the running back come up the middle, and I had him vertical, so I just dropped back, read the QB's eyes, picked it off, picked up a couple good blocks.
Did you think you were going to score?
I knew I was going to score as soon as I got it.
Excellent job, hey, in the slide. Hey, Ethan. Let's get Ethan Lannon over here real quick. Ethan Lannon, you still got me up there?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
You're
Ethan
still
Lannon,
on,
another great job by the minor defensive effort, but how good do you got to feel personally seeing that sectional trophy come back to Linton?
It feels really good. It was a pretty bad feeling not getting it last year, and we've all worked really hard this year to get it back, and it's good to get that accomplished.
Earlier on this season, Ethan, you were one of those guys that were constantly for loss. Obviously, through the season, teams have tried to pick at you, to try to block you, double block you. You don't get the big numbers that you used to get in the early season, but it's all a team effort. And how proud are you of your unit on the defensive side?
I'm extremely proud of my team. It's a team effort. It's not at all a one-man effort, and any of us that can take up 2 mans and let somebody else get a tackle, more power to them.
The second thing I want to offensive line, pride in the offensive line, right?
Yeah, we all work hard and we're pretty close. We play for each other.
Well, you know, every week that's what the defense wants to do is get pressure on AK. She's jersey. Excellent job by your offensive lineman, and of course we're still playing in some football. You like playing down lineman instead of linebacker?
I love it. I'll play wherever. I love it.
Excellent job, Ethan. A great job you've done this year, and we look forward to more from you down the road.
Thank you.
We'll send this back up to Keith. I'll try to get somewhere where I can hear the radio.
All right, Dan doing a good job down there. Dan Phillips on the field with the wireless microphone, and we've got the receiver for the wireless microphone right up here in the press box. So with as crowded as it is around Dan, what you're hearing, the cutouts, is just when someone gets, or so many people get between his wireless microphone and our receiving antenna. So as Dan continues to move around a little bit,
You see somebody.
yeah, he's in pretty good shape down there. He'll just continue to work his way through that crowd of people that's standing, just around the 40-yard line to my left of the 50-yard line, where the celebration continues with the Linton Minor crowd out on the field and the players still milling around celebrating the sectional championship. And I think Dan Phillips has got Des Futures down there close. Dan, can you hear me?
Well, I have the big and tall of things down here with me right now, Keith. I've got Des Futures, who we're looking eye to eye right now, and I look down to Cole Bradbury. 2 guys, phenomenal jobs all season long catching the ball. Des, in the last 2 weeks alone, don't know how many passes you've caught, 18, 19. You've had career numbers against North Daviess, 238, 100 and something tonight. Tell me about the confidence, Des, that you guys have in the passing game when you take the field.
Well, with AK being such a great quarterback, I mean, it's not hard to catch the ball when it's right there for you to catch. And, I mean, we've got so many weapons all the way around. I mean, Cole, he catches a negative 2-yard pass screen and goes 95 yards. It's not, I mean, we just got so many weapons with Cole, Coy, Brad, there's just so many. I mean, I remember somebody talking about like 1-2 punches, the best 1-2 punch, but we've got 1-2 12 punches. Yeah. I mean, as far as passing, great quarterback, great receivers. We know we can pass the ball.
It seems like in the 3rd down and 6, a 3rd down and 8, there really isn't any. You guys never appear to be rocked at all. I mean, it's always very solid, very poised. Coy, early on the night, you get that deep pass. It's really about the only deep pass we had tonight, but you take what they give you.
Yeah, I mean, AK told me to run a post. I did what he told me to. He placed it perfectly. You
couldn't get that last yard.
Yeah, I know. I probably could have reached it out, but I didn't want to fumble the ball right there. And
you got the ball. You got the ball the next play. So as a big target as yourself coming across the middle, what are your thoughts? They're getting ready to tee off on you. What did you get yourself ready for that?
I don't even worry about getting hit. Just catch the ball first, then get down. Catch and get down. I don't get much yak yards. That's the little guy's jobs, is to get the yak.
Yak job. I'll have to remember that one on the radio. Cole, of course, you do make a lot of catches that are within like a bubble screen type situation. When you cut across the field, what are you looking for to turn a little play to a big play?
I'm looking for the big guys to make a play because I'm not going to make I'm not going to break any tackles off the big linebackers in there, so I'm looking for the big linemen that are blocking downfield so I can make a cut off their block. So.
Now, the final thing I ask is, did you have any idea coming into the 2011 season that you were going to be such an offensive firepower? The offensive numbers have been huge this year. Did you put a lot of training in it and just felt like we can't wait till this year?
Well, if you look at our junior and senior class, I would say there was quite a few people that said it was just wait, they're going to explode, and we did, and we're not done. We got
all the work paying off for you, Cole?
Yeah, I mean, we worked hard in the off season playing 7-on-7. We played a lot of 7-on-7 games and worked on our passing game a whole lot. So.
Well, it's back to the regionals, and you guys are a large part of it. Both sides of the ball, too. You do a great job as well. Turn things back up to Keith up there. Thanks to Cole. Thanks to Des. Congratulations, boys.
All right. Big D, thank you very much. Nice job down on the field as the celebration continues as the Linton Miners pick up a sectional championship. 61-8 is our final score, and the Miners will play at home next weekend. We don't know exactly when, but we do have a fourth quarter score, Dan, and Milan has jumped ahead of North Decatur 32-27. Milan was about a 25-point favorite in that football game, and they've trailed the whole way. North Decatur was ahead of Milan 27-18 at halftime, but Milan has come from behind. They've scored a couple of touchdowns, and they've got a 5-point lead in the fourth quarter. That's not a final yet, but number 5 in the state, Milan at 10-1, and the Linton Miners ranked number 3 now at 12-0 in tonight's action. So Milan leading 32-27. Of course, the Miners will play either North Decatur or Milan at Roy Williams Field next week. As Charlie Carazia, the Linton athletic director, indicated, if it's North Decatur, the game probably would be played about 7:30 or 8 o'clock next Friday. If it's Milan, then the game probably will be played on Saturday evening.
We'll keep moving.
So, Big D, are you ready down there?
I am indeed. I have a Sparks member down here, and considering how your year began with the injured hand and all that, did you really think you'd be experiencing this right now in a sectional championship?
At the beginning of the year, it was like everything was too good to be true. I mean, at first, everything was, it was pretty upsetting. I mean, I couldn't come out the first game. But, I mean, after we started off the year pretty solid, and we all had that feeling in the back of our minds that, wow, we could really be a solid team, but now it really is too good to be true.
And you were one of the guys as a junior that we looked to the next year as being a big contributing factor. And then when I heard you'd hurt your hand real bad, and really lucky that the hand is still there, I knew it was going to be tough for you because you were going to miss action. Then behind that, you find yourself in a position where so many guys are contributing. Where were you going to fit in? It seemed like the West Figo game, you made a couple of catches, and then you started seeing some more outside linebacker position. It looks to me like you're right back in the thick of things.
I know my role as a team is more to be a leader for everybody. I mean, as a captain and everything, it's not so much about making the big play. It's about getting everybody to make sure that we can pull off a win and everything. And I mean, I go in on defense or offense, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm going to play my best, but I know that whether it's me, Ryan Littlejohn, Brad Thomas, whoever it is, I know we're going to be ready to play. So.
Well, I'm just thankful that you were able to recover from that injury, get back out here. You were a good kid, and best of luck to you down the road.
Thank you.
Let's get Coy Kaiser over here. He's trying to hide from you over there. Man runs like butter is what he does. He runs like butter. Coy, of course, a lot of touchdowns tonight, contribute both running the ball from a handoff, catching the ball in the backfield, as well as being a run support, strong safety. How good does it feel this year to bring the trophy back to Linton?
It's awesome. Every year we've played great, and last year we fell behind a little bit. 3 out of 4 is not bad, though.
You can't beat it. And tonight, you ran a couple of nice plays where you get a handoff from AK in the backfield. What is the first thing you look for as he hands you the ball?
I'm supposed to press the line, and then it's pretty much just my cut. So if a hole can open up on the backside or it can open up on the front side, so it's not a specific place to run. It's just pretty much a read.
Which you've done great at that all year. This bubble screen deal that you ran tonight, I mean, it looked like you ran about 30 yards across the field and cut upfield. Are you looking for a groove when you come back middle-wise?
Yeah, actually that screen's supposed to be set up for a wall because the line lets go of their box and they form a wall and you get up inside the lane, and it worked out perfect.
The last thing I ask you, Coy, is defensive back. We talk a lot about your offensive prowess and how much you do that. You're also the guy in the back there that's got to make the hit. You're usually the last wall. Tonight you came up, made a couple good sticks from strong safety, free safety, whatever it is. How important, what pride do you take in that?
I take a lot of pride in it because if they score, it's mostly my fault. So I try to do the best I can. If I see a down block or something, I come up and support the run.
Well, you ran the length of the field against Eastern and were able to pull that ball out of that 69-yard play, so that was an excellent job. All I know, man, is when you don't run full speed all the time, do you?
Not when I have to.
It's just turn on the afterburners. Excellent job, Coy, and continue the best work, and we'll talk to you hopefully next week. Keith, we'll send her back to you.
All right, Dan, thank you very much. And the Linton Miners continue to celebrate their sectional football championship here at Cougar Valley on the home field of the North Daviess Cougars. Our final score again, Linton wins it 61-8. And things are beginning to break up down on the field just a little bit. And the Miners will start thinking and looking forward to next weekend. We do not have a final score yet from the other football sectional, but we do know that Milan was leading North Decatur 32-27 in the fourth quarter as North Decatur's Chargers really trying to score a huge upset over the Milan Indians, that ball game being played at North Decatur. And in spite of that, with both these teams playing on the road, Milan playing on the road, Linton playing on the road, the Miners would still get the home game next week because this is just the year where sectional number 40 is a larger number than sectional 39, and in Class A, it's the larger number sectional that gets to host the regional as a tiebreaker. So it looks like Big D is kind of wrapping things up down on the field. And we're going to move into our Graber Post Building star of the game. If it's time for a metal roof, make sure you talk to Graber Post about all the advantages of a new metal roof. You can call 800-264-5013 or go online to graberpost.com. And we're going to be back with the star of the game and a little more in a wrap-up after this timeout for Graber Post Buildings. I'm Keith Doades along with Dan Phillips. Darren Clayton has also left the press box, and we appreciate his stat work. And he's going to be a part of our basketball broadcasting crew starting Tuesday night. Our first girls broadcast is going to be White River Valley at North Central with Darren Clayton and Jonathan Graber calling the action. Then on Thursday night, it'll be the Bloomfield girls at Shoals, and Darren Clayton will make his play-by-play debut, and I'll be along on the side on hand for that broadcast as the color analyst. And Dan Phillips, are you gonna talk to Scotty Helms down there?
What's that? I can talk to Scotty.
Yeah,
hey, Scotty. I didn't plan on doing this, but I caught Scotty Helms, and he'll talk to me on the radio for a second. Scotty, a great gutty effort by your team. Got a lot of kids that were hurt, fought back this year. Probably a pretty test of a year for you, but the Cougars always give a good battle. They have a pretty good record this year. What do you got to say about your kids tonight?
Our kids played hard. They play with a lot of heart, and we've been used to playing with a lot of heart since week one. Yeah. When Steffi went down, that was a demoralizing loss for us. And as the season progressed, we just had one injury after another. But seniors held our group together. We could have flat out had a losing season pretty easily. We ended up with 7 wins, and although that's not satisfying, it's certainly quite an achievement for this group.
Well, you lose some guys that have contributed a great deal to the resurgence of North Daviess football, and I hate to mention 2 or 3 without mentioning them all, but certainly have to mention Drew Harkness. Gave you a great year, and the burden was squarely on his back this year.
Well, you can't single out a single player as to getting you here, but I can tell you there were a couple of plays in the Tecumseh game in the first round of the sectional that we were beat unless Drew got the first down for us, and he got it out a couple first down plays that he shouldn't have gotten. And he's been that type of back all season. But he had a pretty good offensive line in front of him that did an outstanding job. But all those seniors, they can't hang their hat on a sectional championship. They can hang their hat on being the winningest group of kids that have come through here.
Well, there's no question, Linton and North Daviess. I mean, the scores haven't shown it. You've either killed us or we've killed you. It seems that way in the last couple of years. But the rivalry is certainly reborn, and most of that's because North Daviess has come back from some down years and really puts out a good product every year. And I'm sure next year, I've already got it circled. I can see the sophomores and juniors on your roster, providing you don't get hit with the injury bug. Who are some of the guys you look at as stepping up next year?
Oh, of course, Colton Loniger. He's going to be a workhorse, and hopefully we can keep the Helms kid healthy at quarterback. And Nate Genrick came in and gave us some great downs toward the end of the season here. Logan Turpin. Turpin ended up playing both ways for us, and we didn't know for sure whether he'd even be playing one way when the season started. We got Zachariah Baker, who will be a senior. Evan Judy, who's probably going to be a first-team junior all-state offensive lineman and is an all-Southwest 7 performer. And the list goes on and on. We've got a good core group of young players, and we have a very good 8th grade class coming in next year as well.
So the rivalry is going to continue.
I believe the rivalry is going to continue, and you and I both know, as much respect as we have for each other, it's a battle and a bloodbath out here on the field.
Sure is. Well, I sure appreciate you taking the time talking to me, plus helping me get stats all year. A lot of coaches aren't like that. I appreciate it. Best of luck to you next year.
You're welcome, Dan, and I'll tell you, it's a pleasure working with you.
All righty, thank you. Back to you, Keith.
All right, I'm going to go into our Graber post-building star of the game here, Dan, and what do you think about Hayden Flath?
I think he has to get it just on the craziness of the night he had. An interception return for a touchdown, a fumble return for a touchdown, some nice tackles, a 2-point conversion that he converts. Great night all the way around for the Miners, but I think Hayden deserves it just on the nuttiness of his night.
All right, a fumble recovery for a touchdown, an interception, and a run back for a touchdown, plus a 2-point conversion. Those were his first 2 points of the season, were the 2-point conversion. And congratulations to Hayden Flath. He is our Graber post-building star of the game for being named star of the game. Our EMC is pleased to donate $50 to the Linton Stockton Athletic Department. That from Utilities District of Western Indiana, REMC, a strong supporter of local and area high school sports. We do not yet have a final on the Milan North Decatur game. The most recent score that I have is Milan 32, North Decatur 27 in the fourth quarter. I have no idea at what point in the fourth quarter that game was and that score was reported. But we know one thing for certain, and that is that the Linton Miners are football sectional champions. They will play at home at Roy Williams Field either Friday night or Saturday against North Decatur or Milan. Our final score once again tonight in the sectional championship, it's Linton 61 and North Daviess 8. So for Dan Phillips, for Darren Clayton, I'm Keith Doades. Thanks for listening, everyone, and so long from North Daviess.